Hi, and welcome back to my series about praying the names of God for 52 weeks. This will be the last video on Elohim, God, Mighty Creator, before we move on to the next name of God next week. I'm really going to try to keep this video short. I just kind of want to talk about some of the questions that are in the book. And the first one is, hang on, about asking how knowing that God has said everything he has created is good. And I mean, he even uses very good. How does that change the way that I view the world? And it's silly, but the first thing that came to my mind was mosquitoes and bugs. I don't like them. They're annoying. They hurt you. They bite you. They can carry diseases, and some can even kill you. But knowing that God has said they're good, and it's hard for me to think about these things as good because I don't like them. But there's been studies that show if you take one of those things out of an ecosystem, then it will absolutely fall. It'll collapse. It just won't continue. And God designed it that way. Um, so yeah. One of the other questions was, how do we enjoy and benefit from creation? And there's the obvious. Nature is beautiful. The flowers and the trees and the lakes and rivers and oceans. Something else that we also enjoy and benefit is the creativity that God gave to humans, in that we have been able to build cities like we have. And art, sculptures and painting, and that whole aspect of it has always fascinated me, that we have been able to create these things because God gave us creativity. And the last one was about when God gave us dominion and told us to rule over the earth. The Hebrew word for dominion is not a harsh or oppressive dominion like I think most, and I could be wrong, but when I think of the word dominion, it's always harsh and oppressive and overbearing and just kind of negative. But that's not that's not the kind of dominion that that he was talking about. It's more of, more of a care, responsibility to take care of his creation. He created it, and he has entrusted it to us. And I think we need to be more mindful about our resources. And I don't want you guys to think that over I'm not screaming climate change in that aspect of it. But we do need to be more responsible and more thoughtful and caring about all this that God has given us and how we take care of it. And I am already at 3.5 minutes. If you guys don't mind that these videos might be closer to 4 or 5 minutes, please let me know. I definitely don't want to go more than 5 minutes, although I feel like I probably could. This is the 4th or 5th time I've tried to do this one, and I'll look down and it'll be at like the 5, or one time it was even at the 6-minute mark, and I'm like, wait, this is too long, I gotta redo this. But just let me know and I will adjust, and we'll just kind of figure out all of this together. But I'll end it with saying I'm already really enjoying this book, and the questions they're really just make me think. And I know sometimes I don't say things as eloquently as they could be said. But that's okay. I'm learning, and I'm excited that God has asked me to do this, even though it's really out of my comfort zone, and it's weird. It's just weird. But I hope that you guys are learning things, and for those of you who have the book, please feel free to share your thoughts. Even if you don't have the book, feel free to share your thoughts on things that maybe I've talked about that have brought new things to your mind, so that we can just kind of learn from each other and just hear each other and just kind of have a community when we're doing these names. And I'll see you guys next week, and we will be talking about El Roi. I'll have to relook at the pronunciation of that one. But we'll start that next week. Thanks.